Hey guys, I'm Kami. Welcome to MzNaturalLife TV, where we do life together naturally. And this video, I'm going to share with you guys 2 books that have really been just amazing for my life. And yeah. So I've done a couple of book reviews on my channel, but they were mostly natural hair resources, of course, because a lot of the items that I talk about on my channel are for natural hair, natural skincare, and everything. But the reason why I say where we do life together naturally is because I'm MzNaturalLife, and I want to share with you guys some things that really have impacted my life, okay? And so not just my natural hair or skin or anything like that, but things that really have impacted me as a person, who I am. And so I figured that I wanted to share in this series a couple of books that have really transformed my life for the good, okay? So the first book is called As You Wish, Finding the True Strength and Surrender to God. And this book is by Pastor Mercy Lokolutu. And that's a name, right? But okay, so she's so cool, Mercy Lokolutu. And she actually came to my church for a women's conference. Earlier this year, I got to meet her, have lunch with her. She's just an amazing lady. Her testimony is amazing. And so I purchased her book just, out of, hey, I want to just, support and everything like that. But y'all, this book is completely life-changing in the sense that it challenges you. Really a challenge on your perspective of surrender. Because a lot of times as women, we may feel like surrender is a bad word. Like surrender, even or submit, stuff like that. A lot of times in these days especially, people feel like, I'm not surrendering to nobody. I'm not, I can take care of myself. I can do this, I can do that. And they see it as a place of weakness and not a place of strength. And really and truly, surrender is a place of strength. And so I really read this book. I had to take my time. It was not a for me, not a quick read, just flip through and just be done. It wasn't like that for me, because I really did the challenge for myself to see, okay, how am I really surrendering to God, and what does my faith really look like, and how am I really portraying that to the world, and what is my real purpose, and if I know my real purpose, how am I actually going about pursuing it and going about doing it, you know what I'm saying? So it's really, really good. She talks a lot in here about some different hurts that she encountered, some different difficult times that she encountered, some things that rocked her faith, and she explains the process she used to actually surrender to God and how God used those situations to, change her perspective of Him. And so it was just really, really good. It's got practical tips in here. It's not all churchy-fied where you can't understand. Some writers, for church writers and pastors and preachers, they're so preachy in the text that it doesn't feel personal. And for her, the way she writes, it is very personal. You feel like you're just sitting at the table talking with her, and she's sharing her life story. And so I just thought it was really, really good. It's, as you guys can see, you'll see a lot of times in my books that I'm a nerd, completely proud to be a nerd. I am a nerd. I usually put sticky tabs in my books. You will see that I, highlight and write notes and prayers and everything in my books, because it just helps me digest what is being said. And so, there's a lot of good information in here, a lot of good quotes, and just different things. Like, one of the main things she puts in here is, different is not always easy, and it's certainly not popular, but it will stir up your faith and force you to trust God. For me, a lot of things she talks about in this book hit me because I am different. I'm not your average person just in life. I'm really different. I move to the beat of my own drum. I like what I like. I do what I like. And sometimes it's not popular. I'm not the cutest person, and I'm not striving to be the baddest bae and the baddest bee and all this stuff. No, I don't need to do any of that. I feel more secure in myself, in who I am. And so even with this, it's just a lot of confirmation for me of how to really walk forward and do my purpose, fulfill my purpose. So this is a good read, and I encourage you to check it out. The second book is called Uninvited, And the subtitle says Living Loved When You Feel Less Than, Left Out, and Lonely. And this is by Lysa TerKeurst, the author of Best, Yes, and Unglued. Okay, and so honestly, when I first saw the book and I read the title, I was like, that's not me. I don't even need to read this book. Nah. I don't, Living Love When You Feel Less Than, Left Out, and Lonely. I didn't feel left out and lonely, but I did feel a little bit less than. And so at first I rejected reading the book. I did, but it just, every time I went to Barnes and Nobles, it seemed like everywhere I was online, whenever I was looking at Instagram or Facebook, it's like this book kept on just coming in my feed like every day. And I was just like, it was almost annoying. And I was like, I knew in my heart that I needed to read the book, but then I was like, I ain't gonna read it, Finally, of course, I got the book and started reading it. And this is not a book that, it's not a fast read either if you really let what she's saying and talking about sink in. And it sounds like someone who's just, in despair, and like for somebody who's about to kill themselves or something like that. You think the extreme when it's really not. It's really about every one of us, because every one of us have been hurt in some capacity. And she talks in here about how those hurts, affect how we behave, affect how we see ourselves, and affect how we see God and who He is and who He is to us. And it's a very challenging book in that respect, but it's so freeing. And honestly, I read the first 2 chapters and I just threw it. I was like, no, because what it will immediately do is bring up, it's like just bubbles up everything in you that's buried deep inside of your heart, that's buried deep inside of your gut, that maybe you haven't dealt with. And I felt like that I had dealt with so many things in my life, because I've gone through a lot of things, and maybe that's something that I will share at some point, and more in depth. But I've been through a lot of trials and a lot of hurts in my life at various times for different reasons. And I felt like, well, because I'm not mad at them no more, and because I've forgiven them, that I'm good. And it's really deeper than that. Forgiveness is really the first step, because there still has to be some healing that comes. And I have to say that I got healing when I read this book. The way she writes it is very like, you're having coffee with your friend. She's very funny and witty. She's very open and upfront about her life and her trials and things she's gone through. And she really puts into perspective and really challenges you on what you think. So it's not so much that she's telling you what to do, it's like you'll know. Like, you'll be reading the book. I was reading a chapter and it was like all of a sudden I just knew. It was like, oh, I didn't really get over that. Or, oh, I didn't really deal with that. Oh, I didn't forgive myself for that. A lot of times the hurts that we have, that we're carrying, we may not even realize we're carrying them. And so this is like a real eye-opening book for me. Of course, you can see all my tabs and stuff, and it seemed like every page was like, revelational to me, I guess. And it's just life-changing. Like, I can't really put into words, except you just need to read it. And I felt so compelled to about this book. It took me some time. I actually read it again, and I just took each chapter each day and just really let it sink in, and I wouldn't move on to the next chapter until I really dealt with whatever that chapter was talking about. And rejection is a big thing, and when we say hurts and things like that, a lot of it is rejection. That is a big word that is surrounding. And rejection, once it takes root, if you don't deal with it, it just changes how you live. And so for me, I love the book so much. I bought it for my mom for, I think it was Mother's Day. My bestie, I bought it for one of my business partners. I was like, everybody needs to read this book. So I'm coming on here to tell you guys, not be preachy or anything like that, but just let you know that this is a good book. And don't let the title scare you away from reading it. If you feel like, oh, I'm good, you might not be as good as you think. So she's not convincing you that something's wrong with you or anything like that, but whatever is in your heart that you haven't dealt with. So be prepared, but also be prepared to feel free and boundless, which was my word, you know, this year. I was going to have boundless living for 2017, where I'm not going to be held back. I'm not going to be, you know, defined by what people think, what people say. I'm not going to draw back and be afraid of things. I'm going to go out and do it. And this book, God used this book really for me to help me get over some things that I thought I was already over. But I could tell in my behavior and different things I was doing that I wasn't. So there's my quick review on this. And so I encourage you guys to check out these two books. I will put all the information about them in the description box so you can check it out, because I know it's probably hard to see and read as I'm holding them up here. But these were just two life-changing books for me. And I just thought I would come on and share them. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comment section what you're reading. If there's some book that you think that would work for me, that you think I should read, of course put that in there. Share any revelation or any, like, you know, things you've learned if you have read the book, if you want to, of course. If it's too personal, ain't nobody gonna be mad at that or anything like that. But let me know if you've heard of these books, if you read these books, and what you thought about them in the comment section. You guys know I love your feedback. I say that every video because it's the truth. I love your feedback, and I'm so thankful for the exchange that we have in the comment section. I'm so thankful for the feedback and the engagement that you guys give me on my channel. So that part is what means the most to me, more than anything else, more than thumbs up and likes and views, is talking with you guys and getting to know you guys and encouraging you guys. So that's my quick book review. I hope it was quick. I don't know. Yes, it won't that quick, but you got what I was trying to say though. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me everywhere online at MzNaturalLife. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I love you guys so much, for real. And I'll see you in the next video.